When we first found Chada, we couldn't believe our eyes. An animal circus had dumped her behind some garages near the city and left her all alone. And this poor old bear had no idea where she was and why this was happening to her. Chada was used for entertainment in the circus and spent most of her life in a tiny cage. They kept her for 25 years and abandoned her when she got too old. And because of how she was treated, she developed really bad eyesight and lost all her teeth. So when we rescued her, we knew we had to give her a chance at a new and healthy life. When we brought Chada to our sanctuary, we wanted to make sure that she felt safe right away. We gave her her own separate enclosure with everything she needed. She had a pool, a brand new den, and even a new tire swing for her to play. But she was still a little nervous and unsure about where she was. Chada would only wander around for a little bit at a time before she ran back to her den. It was the one place where she felt protected and where no one could get to her. There were even days where Chada would spend the entire day hiding away. And the times when she did decide to come out, she would try and use the hay to build a little wall in front of her den. So that was the moment we decided to introduce Chada to a few new friends, in the hopes it would make her feel more comfortable. The first day that Chada saw the other bears, she could not believe what she was seeing. It was like she finally realized that she was not alone, and this was a safe place for animals like her. And from that moment on, she slowly started to break out into a sassy bear she was always meant to be. Chada is obsessed with water. She will find puddles wherever she can and soak in the water. Even when it's frozen outside, she is always trying to find a way to make her own swimming pool. So if we ever need to find Chada, the pool areas are the first places we check. Chada is a 25-year-old bear, so when it comes to early mornings, she is not a fan. When she wakes up and crawls out of her den, people always say she looks like she has bed hair. So we like to call her our granny bear. And her true old lady personality started to shine even more. When it comes to Chada bossing us around and letting us know what she wants, she has a very special way of getting our attention. Chada loves splashing water at us to let us know when she needs something. When it's hot, she splashes us to let us know it's time for fresh water. So she never gets tired of making her demands. However, her favorite thing in the world is wrestling giant tree branches. She grabs it, rolls around with it, and chews on it like it's the best toy ever made. Every single day when I come to check on her, I find her dancing with her branch. It's almost as if it's like her morning exercise routine. And as strange as it sounds, I do believe that it has also helped her become more relaxed in her new home. Since Chada is very old and frail, we have to keep her separate from the other bears. However, she can say hi through the fence and show off her zoomies to the other bears. But she knows it's for her own safety. And she is super happy to have her own space and the freedom to roam around as she pleases. It's clear that Chada is super happy in her new home, and every day she continues to thrive. Unfortunately, Chada cannot be released back into the wild. But we are making sure to give Chada everything she needs for as long as we have her, so that she lives out the rest of her sassy grandma days with love and happiness.
I never expected to become a mom of rhinos. But, as soon as I would get there, these rhinos would run up to me as fast as they could. Nandi would immediately demand for me to sit down so she could sit with her head on my lap. A little rhino named Ray would bump over and push his nose into my face. They're like big puppy dogs.
How cute is she?
I went to work at the Rhino orphanage in 2014.
There we go.
We have rhinos come in because of poaching. Rhino poaching is where we have guys come in, they'll shoot the rhino, take her horns off, and oftentimes these rhinos have babies with them. Most of them are too young to survive on their own, and that's where places like the Rhino orphanage comes in. We would go out, rescue them, hand raise them, which takes about 3 to 4 years. When they first arrive, they don't know why. They're all alone. They're terrified. They're hungry. They miss their mothers, and they cry for them. They don't know where they are. It's new smells, new sounds. With some rhinos, it takes weeks to earn their trust.
What's wrong, Kumbi? Kumbi.
So you feel the urge to just make it better for them. They need to get onto milk. So that is the first step.
Look how gently they drink compared to the big ones. They drink like monsters.
So you're eating with them, you're napping together, you literally just do everything with them.
Dinner time.
It then just takes one moment, I can't even describe it, where they decide, actually, this is a safe place.
You're funny, Rhino. He's still so cute. Look at little baby. Oh no.
We go out for walks in the bush, and they follow you and just walk with you because you're mom. They need the company. It's so important for them.
There we go.
If you carry on walking down the road and leave them behind, they call to you. So it's definitely a mother bond that you build with them, and I think that's what makes it so special. It's deeper than any other bond that I've had. There are so many rhinos that I got to work with while I was there, and a lot of them had a big impact on me. But there's one in particular named Nandi that she just, that rhino is so special. Nandi's backstory is that she arrived in 2016. We had a very big drought here in South Africa, and it seemed to affect the poaching numbers quite a bit. She was left orphaned, and she had a bit of a rough start. So she was really in a compromised state, and she then developed colic. We weren't sure if she was going to make it, but she managed to pull through, which is just amazing. She was still quite cautious around us, but she actually warmed up relatively quickly. So I decided to take her out for a walk, and it made the world's difference. Oh, my goodness, she was a funny little rhino. She just did what she wanted. And then we go back to the orphanage and have a nap. I think spending that extra time with her just deepened that bond that I had with her. And it actually ended up being the most adorable little story. And yeah, now she's thriving. She's actually been released now. We're hoping that she's pregnant. She's probably about to have a baby soon, which is the best news ever. Because that's the whole goal of doing all of this, of rescuing and rehabilitating and releasing, is you want to put them back where they can continue to contribute to the species. The personalities in these animals is unbelievable. And they are so funny. They're so clumsy. Every single one is completely different. And they just, they're really, really special animals. But I think the most unexpected thing I learned about rhinos was how gentle they are. So they will roll over on their backs for you to give them a belly rub. Sometimes they don't realize their size and your legs go numb. It's too special to move.
Doggies, they're comfy.
All these rhinos need is love, and that's all you need to give them.
Pablo and Pedro, they are literally the most affectionate animal I've ever seen.
Hi.
It's not enough to just be laying next to you. They have to be on you. If you stop petting, they'll look at you like, what are you doing? In the morning, they're just so happy to see us. They yahoo all the time. But in the beginning, I had no idea what we were in store for. Back then, we were looking at dog breeds. My son and I couldn't really decide. I came across the prairie dog on TikTok, and I was like, what is that small dog? So I did a lot of researching. They were a rehoming opportunity. Other people had them as pets. And they don't realize how much work they are. But at that point, they wouldn't have survived in the wild. When they came to live with us, they were really skittish.
Success has been based on him trusting me.
But we also have an exotic pet vet that comes to the house at his house calls, so he was able to get eyes on them. Thank goodness they were in good state of health. But they were really teeny tiny when we got them. I slept in the room with them because they needed feedings every couple of hours. It was a lot of time and work and energy for like the first couple weeks. And then they became a little bit more self-sufficient. So now they free roam the house. And they kiss when they meet each other. That's the way to greet. They would actually want to do that to us, so we would let them. It was like a sign that it was okay. It's like safe. And then they started coming around. They're definitely different personalities. When he was younger, Pablo was very adventurous, always getting into trouble. He was just like a toddler that just wouldn't grow up. And Pedro is very shy, timid almost. He sleeps probably 18 hours a day. He's so sweet, he's so happy. And he literally loves everybody. Pablo now, really, he kind of reminds us of Garfield. He will actually physically chase me around. It's nonstop. He will pull up my pant leg. He'll try to climb up my leg. What do you want? What? Pedro loves to be under your feet. He'll yahoo. That means that he wants me to come in there. He'll come into bed with me for about an hour or two, and then he goes and sleeps with Pedro. They are so sweet together. They won't leave you alone. If I'm watching a movie or if I'm homesick, they'll lay with me for the whole time I'm there. They always want cuddled, so it became like having a newborn child. Get anything done. We call them the productivity suckers because they're just so cute and they want to cuddle and that's all you want to do 24/7. So I found this hoodie. I started putting them in there and they loved it. They would sleep in there as long as I would pet them occasionally. They have so much personality. They do the kiss greeting almost every time they see each other. They take care of each other. They always are grooming each other. They are a lot of work and they're not for everybody. But we signed up for it and they're one of the best choices I've ever made.